So y'all want to hear about my latest passport fiasco? All right, so anybody who's keeping up, y'all know that I had scheduled the plane tickets. We were supposed to leave out Monday, October 12th. And also, anybody who's been keeping up knows that every time I call the passport office, they have told me that I have to have the plane tickets booked, and then I have to call within 72 hours to schedule an appointment, an immediate emergency appointment. So I booked the plane tickets on the 1st. I called the passport office that day and let them know, hey, I've scheduled my plane tickets. Can I book the appointment? They said, no, you have to wait till you're closer. You have to be within 3 business days of when your plane leaves. So call back Wednesday. That should be close enough. Okay. So I'll wait and I'll call back. Oh, hang on. Also, on that same phone call, I asked them specifically about my father-in-law's doctor note. I said it was dated back in July when we first started this process. Is that going to be a problem or is it okay? And they said, oh no, that'll be fine. All right. Specifically asked them about it. And they specifically told me call back Wednesday the 7th. So I called back yesterday, Wednesday, just like I was supposed to. Sorry, I look such a mess. I've been crying all day. I tried to dress nice today, and I tried, but my hair has just lost it, and my makeup's gone, and I cried it all off. It was such a horrible, stressful day, but I trust God. We pray every day for God to protect our family, and well, I'll get to that point in a second. Anyway, so I called the passport office yesterday to schedule the appointment, and they asked me about all my documentation, all the paperwork that I had, and they said that the doctor's note will not work because it has to be no older than 10 days. The date on it is too old. So they said it's okay, and I was sort of crying immediately. I'm like, you don't understand what I've gone through to get all this done and to take care of everything and to try to get this, situation going. But anyway, so they said it's okay, we can accept an email. See, the passport application itself that Bert had to sign to give me permission to take Juju down there to get her passport, that has to be the original passport application. That can't be faxed or emailed, but the doctor's note can be emailed. So I spent all day yesterday dealing with that and another situation. Had to get the doctor to change the date on the doctor's note and then email it to me. But of course they had a hurricane yesterday morning, so the doctor was a little busy and he couldn't get it to me until after 6 p.m., which was too late by then to call and set an appointment. So I had to do it first thing today. So I called first thing this morning and to schedule my appointment, and they approved everything on the list except for, drumroll, that application that took over a month to get to Mexico, took over a month to get back, took a week for Bird to be able to get it notarized, paid almost $200 total shipping it there, shipping it back, plus paying $100 to the notary public just to notarize the daggum thing. And she did not notarize it correctly. What? Almost $200 total. 3 months almost waiting to get this thing all the way down there, get it notarized, get it back. The postal service just took forever, both directions. She didn't fill it out correctly. The whole reason he couldn't see, he could have had it printed off down there and then mail me the original, mail me what he had printed off. But we couldn't do that because his ID was here, because when he got arrested, the police and the jail and immigration, none of them would let me give him anything. I couldn't give him money. I couldn't give him his Bible, and I couldn't even give him his ID, which is why it was so hard to send him money once he got in Mexico, because you have to have an ID to pick it up. So this passport application and his ID so that he could get it notarized, I had to send both of them to him in the mail. That's why it took, and that's why he couldn't just, if he had his ID, it would have took half the time, because he could have just printed it off on someone's computer or gone to UPS store or something like that, or FedEx or wherever. Surely he'd have found a place down there. Anyway, we couldn't do that because I had to mail his ID to him. So this woman who did the notary, she put, and I get it, she's in Mexico, probably didn't read English very well, obviously didn't read English very well. Of course, up here they want the application in English, which is weird because most of our official documents have English and Spanish, but not this one. So in the place where it asks for, I'm sorry, I'm so tired. My brain's not working right now. In the place where it asks for the the issue date of his ID, she put the date that she signed the paper. When it asked for where he got the ID, I guess the place of where it was issued, the ID, she put her office name. And when it said what kind of ID, she didn't put anything. She put zero information about his ID on there. So they're very particular about that at the passport office. So anyway, I got the appointment. I called to get that, and they're like, well, somebody will be calling you today. I was also told that there was an office that I can go to either in Durant or Sherman. I'm about halfway, 30 minutes from each one. And because originally I thought I had to go to Dallas. So I was like, oh, yay, I can go to, within 30 minutes of my house. So they finally called me back a couple hours later to schedule the appointment. And he said I have to go to Dallas. The Sherman and Durant, the ones that are 30 minutes away, that was false information, along with 90% of other things that I was told is also false information. I explained to him about the notary, what happened. And he said, oh, it's at the discretion of whoever's going to interview you. So there's a chance they can deny it, but there's a chance they can approve it. And I trust God. And we've been praying for favor for our family. So I believe that we're going to get someone who will approve it. But he said he could not get us in until Tuesday, the 13th. And our plane was scheduled to leave Monday, the 12th. And, I told him, I was like, so I'm not allowed to even call before 3 days to get, sorry, I keep forgetting to put my phone on airplane mode when I do videos, and I'm always getting notifications, sorry. Anyway, so I told him, I was like, so I had to book the plane ticket before I was able to make the appointment, but I couldn't call and make the appointment until I was within 3 days of the plane ticket. And I specifically asked, I had a lot of questions, and most of them got answered wrong. I asked one of the ladies that I talked to so many different people at the passport office, and I asked her, I was like, well, what if they can't get me in? If I wait until 3 days before the passport or for the plane leaves, what if they can't get me in? Like, are you sure they're going to be able to get me in within 2 days? And she's like, oh, yeah, this is what they do. They do emergency passports. They do this all the time. Yeah, they're going to get you in. They push you to the front of the line because it's an emergency. Well, the guy today, it was not very polite. And he was like, ma'am, we don't schedule appointments around your plane tickets. And I was like, sir, with all due respect, for 3 months, that's all I've been told. For 3 months, I've been told that everything gets scheduled around the plane tickets. And now you're telling me that you don't schedule around the plane tickets? So anyway, I had to change my plane tickets. And I'm hoping that the girls get approved, because if they don't get approved, I don't know if I can change it again without being charged. Also, so the reason I picked the 12th through the 23rd for this 2-week period, I picked the 2 cheapest days. If anybody's ever booked a flight, one day could be $500 more than the other day. Oops, sorry, no notification. It's my mommy texting me. I love my mom. That's another thing. Doing all this, everything that I'm going through, I would not be able to handle it without my mom. My mom has been there, and, we don't have the perfect relationship, and, you spend any amount of time around anybody too long, you'll get in little fuss and fights and arguments, and you'll get stressed out. But bottom line is, I love my mom so much. And she watches my kids for me almost every day. And yeah, I wouldn't be able to do this without her. I mean, when I'm from 9 in the morning till 11, 12, 1 a.m., I'm working, and then go home, hug the girls, and then go to sleep. Then wake up. Well, I usually don't go to sleep that quick. I try, but it takes a long time for my brain to just calm down enough so I can actually try to go to sleep, and then I'm not getting enough sleep, and then I have to wake up early, and she helps me get up in the morning because I'm not getting enough sleep. And that's a long ramble, and I'm sorry, but Mom, I love you if you're watching this, and I'm so thankful for you. Anyway, okay, so I picked the cheapest days for the plane tickets. That's why I chose the 12th and the 23rd. But anybody who has booked a plane knows that, they can vary from, by hundreds of dollars from day to day. You can leave, on Sunday. If you fly on Sunday, it's, $199. But if you fly on Saturday, just the day before, it's going to be $700, or, it just varies. So I had to change it and book the new flight. I had to change it for within no more than 3 days away. The guy said if it goes over like 1 day, it's no big deal, but try to get it within 3 days. So I'm glad he told me that, because that saved me several $100s. But either way, the cheapest one that I could find that was within a reasonable amount of time to my appointment. And I can't change the appointment because this is an emergency, and that's the way we all have to look at it, because they won't grant the passports if it's not an emergency. And so they're like, if it's an emergency, you'll get the appointment and get there as soon as you can. So I can't ask them to change it. And so anyway, the plane tickets, I still got the cheapest one I could, but the price went up by $500 something. So instead of $1,300, I had to pay $1,800. So I had to add $500 to what I've already paid. It's just, not only are they costing me more time and stress and all this stuff that I've done, it's costing me more money too, because of all the wrong information that I was given. Had I been given proper information, I could have went ahead and booked or made the appointment the day that I booked the plane, and they could have got me in time. But that's not what happened. And I just have to trust God that maybe that was a reason we didn't need to be on that plane Monday. Or maybe there's a reason that we didn't need to be on that plane coming back on the 23rd. I don't know what's going to happen, or what could have happened, or what may have happened had we went on our original scheduled flight. But I trust God, and I trust God to protect me and my children. And I trust God that He wants the best for us. I trust God. And God's in control of this situation, because I gave Him the control, because He's way better at this stuff than me. I would rather God be in control of my life and God be in control of all these situations than me try to do it. And I have to remind myself that often, because I try to take it back, and then I have to realize, God, I'm sorry. I'm giving it right back to you, because I try to take over. I mean, I've got to do my part. I can't just sit back and do nothing. But I trust God to protect us. I trust God that there was some kind of reason that we didn't need to be on that plane on Monday or the day coming back. I believe there was something, who knows? I mean, they just had a hurricane yesterday morning. I don't know what it was, but we're praying for protection over our family every day. And I know there's so many of y'all out there praying protection over us as well. And so this may be God protecting us. So anyway, sorry this went on a lot longer than I wanted it to. I'm so tired and I'm rambling. And I'm so emotional today. I've been crying off and on. Well, for 2 days, yesterday and today. The stress is just really hitting me. Anyway, so what we need now, because I know there's so many of y'all out there that love us, and I know that y'all are praying. There's, some people say, oh, I'll pray for you, but they don't actually do it. But I know there are so many of y'all out there that say you pray for us, and you actually do it. And I know you do. I can tell that people are praying for us. I know that y'all are, and I trust y'all to do what you say. And anyway, thank you all for the prayers. And the next big thing we need to pray about is favor when we go to that appointment. It is 11:30 Tuesday morning in Dallas. I will have all 3 girls with me. And whether we get our passports or not will completely be at the discretion of whoever is interviewing us. So I trust God that we are going to get someone who believes what's going on, even though our paperwork's not perfect, who has compassion on our family, and who trusts,
I'm not trying to kidnap my kids. I'm really trying to take them down there. And that they grant the passports. So we won't know until Tuesday after the appointment. And so that'll probably be my next video. I'll let y'all know whether we get them or not. So anyway, all right, sorry, this is a super long video. I apologize. Anyway, love y'all. Be blessed. And thanks for supporting us. Thanks for your kind support. Thanks for your love. Thanks for your prayers. We really appreciate all of y'all. And, you know, whenever we finally do get to go to Mexico, my videos will be a little bit more exciting and more fun to watch. All right, bye, y'all.